I'm John. I don't throw anything away. I've been collecting junk for most of my life, I think. I just like taking stuff apart, tinkering with stuff, putting stuff back together, seeing if it'll still work. I like to have all these tools because the vehicles I work on, the vehicles I like to drive are all garbage. They need maintenance. They need stuff fixed on them. Everything. I always say, my wife says we should have a man's garage sale. Well, everything I have, someone else threw out. No one wants what I've got. But I have fun. It's fun to tinker around and build stuff and take stuff apart. Just clean the edges up on that. This milling machine, a friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, do you want a $100 milling machine?" And I said, "Yes, I want a $100 milling machine." And he explained to me when I got it that this is the cheap part. The expensive part is all this other stuff to go with it, the tooling and the bits and stuff. So then I wanted to be able to have power feed to go one direction to try and make a little nicer cut than I could make by hand. And well, if I'm going to put power feed on it, I might as well put a stepper motor on it so I can control it with a computer. Well, if I'm going to put one on it, I might as well put two on it so I can control those with a computer. And then, well, if I'm going to put two on it, I might as well put three on it so I can control the Z with the computer. The world we live in now seems to be a throwaway world, and I like to try and patch things together and keep them going for as long as I can. My work car is basically garbage, and I tinker with it and get it to move, keep going. And the Jeep it was $50. It was basically wrecked when we got it, and just kind of patched it back together and go out and beat on it and bring it home and fix it again and just keep messing with it. I think we got that when Savannah was like 5, and she's 22 now. So we've been playing with it for a long time. In this disposable world, where you go buy a brand new Jeep and you don't have to work on it, you just take it into the shop and they fix whatever's wrong with it. This light doesn't work, the air conditioning doesn't work. The neighbor said he had got a Jeep and it had air conditioning and heat. And, oh, that's cool. I just recently got doors. It's just fun to try and make it work with next to nothing. So this is a computer I got out of the garbage, and I put Linux operating system on it. And then I have something on here called Universal G-Code Sender, which sends the G-code that I make or the other computer makes to the Arduino. And then the Arduino splits it into steps and stuff and sends it to the stepper motors. So the deal with using the computer to do it is that it's much more smooth and steady than I can do it cranking on the wheel to try and get it over there. So that's the nice thing about the CNC, is it's smooth and straight and not human. So one time a buddy of mine, we're working on stuff. I worked at the Chevy dealership in Sauk City across the river, and he's kind of frustrated with something he was building and it wasn't quite going as good as he wanted. And he asked, how come it seems like everything you build works out? Everything just falls into place for you. And I said, well, somewhere everything I've built, I've drawn some kind of little picture or diagram of what I wanted to do. So this is I'm sure you probably can't see it, but this is the picture of the motor mount for the milling machine. But then as I've gotten older and start using the computer and stuff and have a little more money, so my latest way to do my drawings is using the computer with computer-aided drawings that I can draw stuff a little better than my chicken scratches. I thought I had more drawings and stuff like this. Like I said, everything I've ever done, I've made a picture of. When my boys were younger, I'd have them come on, let's go down and spend some time in the shop, mess around, just get exposed to some of this stuff, just be around it. Because a lot of stuff, I think most people have a car that they take to the dealership to work on. And we have very seldom taken a vehicle to have somebody work on it. I was a mechanic at the dealership for 10 years, a mechanic for probably 5, in the parts department for another 5. And then got into ironworkers, and then fell down and hurt myself, and now I run a crane. But just to get the guys exposed to stuff that they might not normally get exposed to. Come on down and help me. We're gonna take the front end out of the Jeep, take the rear end out. We're gonna do this or that. And like I say, it doesn't matter if you know what I'm talking about. Just come down here and be around it. If it's something you decide you're passionate about, you got a foot in the door. If it's something you aren't, at least you have a little exposure and know what somebody's talking about, maybe a little bit when they say something. Just trying to give the guys different experiences that they maybe normally wouldn't get. And that's fun. Is that what I was going to say? What else? What was I talking about? Anything?